Hey guys, it's Brian. I'm really late with my new comic book haul for this week, and actually, almost a week late, but whatever. So I'm going to show you the books that I bought last Wednesday. I think it's all the books that I bought last Wednesday. Something I don't know. I feel like I'm missing some. Like they're probably laying around. I read them and dropped them in a pile of other books or something. I don't know. So I'm going to show you these new ones and my horrible opinions about some of them. I'm gonna show you some stuff that I bought off of eBay, fairly recently, and I'm gonna show you some things that I've got that I no longer want, and they're for trade or sale if you're interested. So to start this off, we're gonna start off with DC and Harley Quinn #5. Um, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this book anymore. I like the artwork, but I've got to be honest. I'm just not. I always liked Harley Quinn as a supporting character, and yeah, I really think that's probably where she belongs. Um, I'm canceling this book from my pull list. Uh, it's just not doing it for me anymore. Next up, we've got Red Hood and the Outlaws #30. This is a book that's for my son. I don't think I've read it at all ever, so I have no real opinions about it. Continuing a little bit in the DC vein, we've got Ferris #25, and I really like this book. I think the artwork in this book is really cool. I love the covers. I've yet to see a cover for Ferris that I don't immediately fall in love with. I mean, look at the three blind mice, and I know who she is. Cinderella, I think. Anyways, walking along with her. I don't know what that is because it's not an AR. It looks kind of like a shotgun with, I don't know. It's a strange looking shotgun if that's what it is. Anyway, Ferris, I like it. It's a good book. I would buy it again. I think this is the only Valiant book I got this week. Exo Man of War 24. This is leading into the Armor Wars, and so it would appear that Eric isn't the only one with an armor. With this armor, this guy has some of it. And he's the one that I mentioned last month. Partially covered with armor. They're trying to take out Eric's armor, and it's a really good issue. It ended up with a cliffhanger, of course, where there are people that are hunting people with armor. So if you like, I honestly, I don't think I've seen anybody's videos with any of the recent Valiant books in them. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I'm feeling like I'm one of the only people reading Valiant books, and if that's true, that's fine with me because I love them. But if you are into or have ever read Exo Man of War, it's Armor Wars is kicking off next month at 25, and it looks like it's going to be a good fun read. Kind of keeping with the Valiant thing, but not really, is Solar Man and the Atom #1. I haven't read it yet. The cover looks pretty good, and I'm hoping that the writing is just so much better than Turok because that book just was not doing it. I think I've only got 2 Image books this week. One is A Voice in the Dark, issue 6. I've kind of thumbed through it real quick. I haven't read it yet just because I've been busy with other stuff. Again, I still love the covers. I think they're great. The artwork's pretty good in this. I need to read it, so not much about that. I did read this new book though called Shutter. I really like it. I think the artwork's pretty good. I think the premise is really cool. This girl was raised by her father to be an adventurer, and it starts off with they're on the moon when she's like, I think, her 7th birthday, and she's like, it's the moon, there's nothing here, and he's like, it change your perspective. And so that's one of the things you always learn as a photographer is to change your perspective, because when you take photos that are eye level, that's what everybody sees every day. Eye level, that's what everybody sees. But when they see something from above or from below, it really changes their perspective and makes for good photos. So anyways, that's one of the things her dad taught her, and it's a really good book so far. I'm looking forward to issue 2. X-Force #3. I'm not sure what happened. I think Uncanny X-Force ended and they turned it into this book with Cable somehow, and I, I'm not a Cable fan, so this is getting canceled from my pull list. This is one, Ultimate Fantastic Four #1, that they just threw into my pull box because they like to do that to me sometimes. Just slide one by me. So I opened it up. I didn't even read it because the interior art is just terrible. This is definitely going to be removed from my pull list. Next up, Uncanny X-Men #20. I don't really remember what happened in it. I guess it wasn't. Oh yeah, they confront Shield about the Sentinels, and Shield's like, it's not us, and if it is, we don't know about it. So they have a little disagreements there. So anyway, Uncanny X-Men 20. It wasn't a standout book. If you're a completist, by all means pick it up, but it didn't really, nothing stand out. Here's another book that I only buy for my kid, Deadpool Carnage. You know what? I'm starting to think that this whole last week of comics was almost a complete waste for me, with a very few exceptions. So X-Men #13. All right, so I totally missed where she becomes a vampire. Completely missed it. If somebody could in the comments fill me in on it a little bit, because like I said, like I've mentioned before, I was out of comics for about 6 or 7 years, so I totally missed when Jubilee became a vampire. The interior artwork in this book just took a nosedive. Really bad. I'm hoping that, even though I think the last guy drew the noses a little bit weird, I'm hoping they get back to some better artwork, because the inside of this book sucked. The cover is amazing. Terry Dodson, I love his work. I don't know why Marvel does this to me all the time. They put amazing work on the cover and put poop in the inside. It's really, really annoying. Now, to change it up a little bit, we got Winter Soldier #3. Not a huge fan of the artwork in this book, but I am a fan of the story. So, yeah. Agent Shan there, he throws down with Hydra a little bit with Winter Soldier. I'm liking this book because it seems like a Cold War spy book to me, and being a kid from the 70s and 80s, I mean, that's what we all lived with back then, was the Cold War, and this is throws back to that, and even the 60s, I think. But it's a good book. I'm enjoying this book. I'm enjoying this book much more than I thought I would. This is one I almost didn't even pick up, starting with issue 1, because the artwork was a little, I wasn't a fan of the artwork. Next we have Amazing X-Men Family Feud #6. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure. I think the artwork in this book is probably the same guy that has been doing it, and I was thinking of this book where the artwork took a nosedive, a major nosedive. I've been enjoying this book. The artwork in it is amazing in the first 5 issues. This issue was not amazing. So I apologize to X-Men #13 about my comments about the interior art, because I don't even remember what was in it. But this one I do not apologize to. The cover's nice, but the inside is not. This guy Stewart, not cutting it. Next up for Marvel, I have Nova #16. Nova, as usual, is a nice, fun read. Mindless read, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Have a nice day. I've got the variant of the Superior Spider-Man and issue 31, and I believe it's the conclusion. So anybody else has read this, I get this strange feeling that Peter's going to end up hooking up with a midget. I think that's kind of weird, though, because she thinks that the Doc Ock, you know what I mean. If you've been reading this, you know. But anyways, I think the first thing he needs to do is come clean with the midget and let her know, hey, Doc Ock was in me, controlling things. I'm not him. But since all the other women in my life have abandoned me because I'm too dangerous and you don't seem to care too much, would you be my little midget girlfriend? I think that's the way that's going to go. I'm probably wrong, but I think it'd be funny. And so, I think this is J. Scott Campbell on the cover. I'm having trouble finding his name. But he needs to go to an anatomy class and figure out that legs should not be longer than the entire body. Anyway, it was a good book. Yeah, pick it up. Now, here are some books that I've picked up off of, a couple I picked up off of eBay and a couple I picked up at the shop. I'm going to go with the order that I got them in. So the first one I got from eBay was Avengers, The Children's Crusade, issue number 3. It's got some tape on it, not anymore. It is a Art Adams variant cover. It's got Scarlet Witch on it. And I'll be honest, I love Art Adams' work, but on this one, I think he missed the mark some, because Scarlet Witch looks a little bit cherub-like to me in this one, and she looks, I don't know, she looks like she's pregnant to me a little bit, with as large as her boobs are. It looks like she has some pregnant boobs, and her way her belly's sticking out like that. I still love it. It's still Art Adams, and you can't go wrong with Art Adams. So it's Avengers Children's Crusade issue 3, Art Adams variant cover, and I love this cover, even though she looks pregnant. The next book I got, actually I'm gonna save this next one for last, just because it's so awesome in my opinion. Anyways, I got Uncanny X-Men 171, classic, where Rogue comes to Professor X for help, and instead of just helping her, he says, "You're an X-Men now." So it's in really good shape. I think I got it for about a little bit of, really close to price guide. And that's with shipping and handling, or with shipping. It's a good book. Although I did think that the artwork inside kind of threw me off a little bit, because it wasn't the normal X-Men stuff I was used to. I think it was Walter Simonson did this, I think. I'll have to look again. But anyways, X-Men 171. So I'm quickly closing in on my X-Men run from Giant Size X-Men up till the end of this volume. I have hundreds of them at home, from like issue 200 to issue 3 or 400. Actually, probably issue like 350. I've got the entire amount of. I have to get those books from my mother's house and put them into my database so I know what I do have. I'm really trying to close in all those lower issues all the way down to 94. I have 95 though. Next book. I was searching through our back issue bin at work, just trying to find some books to throw up on the wall, and I stumbled on this right here. And I only bought it because I'm a big fan of The Black Knight. And so this is Marvel Superheroes Presents The Black Knight. It's issue 17. I think it's just an origin story of the Black Knight. So I don't know if it's a reprint from something else. I looked in the price guide, and it didn't really say whether it was a reprint or not. Either way, it's good stuff. If you know if it's a reprint or not, let me know. Like I said, I really like the Black Knight. I think it'd be a pretty cool guy to come back to the Avengers. Now, this is the last book that I bought recently, and I only bought this book, just because it's by one of, my opinion, one of the best artists in the 80s and probably into the 90s. And this book is in really good shape, considering it's got 2 little bits of spine stress. The corners are slightly rounded, but other than that, it's really beautiful. And it's this book called 3D Zone. It's number 16. I've never heard of it, and when I looked in the price guide for it, I couldn't find it because I was looking for Space Vixens instead of 3D Zone. And this cover, I think the interior also is done by Dave Stevens of Rocketeer fame. Check it out. This cover is amazing. The way he drew his women, the way he drew everything was just great, and that's why I picked it up. And I got it it's going on eBay. This issue is going on eBay for easily you know, ungraded, uncgc'd. It's like $50, and I got it for $15 because it's just an awesome book, and I picked it up immediately. So that's it for my new books and my eBay books. Now I've got this stack of books right here that I really don't want anymore, and I didn't. And the only reason I got these is because this stack of books came in with a with one of those Craigslist hauls that I got, and it's a character that I'm not familiar with, and I really don't care too much about it. So I wanna get rid of them, and it is Vigilante. So these books, I honestly would say these books are all like near mint easily. Check these out. Check out those corners. Hold on, they're sliding. You know how books like to do. So check out these corners. I mean, the corners are all really nice. They don't. I mean, this book has no spine stress whatsoever, and it's great that they're all in wonderful shape. But honestly, I think they're of a character that's not really, in my opinion, I don't know a whole lot about. But anyways, so I have issue number 1, 2, 3. I'm just looking them over real quick to make sure they're not anything horrible. 4. 5. This one's got no. Issue 6. 7. 8. 9. Poke it out of 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. This one is not near mint. Yeah. This is issue 19, special issue, blah blah. But you see, there's like, it's this color. It's a white cover, and the white covers in that particular collection I got didn't hold up so well. So it's discolored along the edge here and up here. You should be able to see that. Just definitely want anybody to be aware if they were to make, want these books. Issue 19's, other than the discoloration, it's awesome. So here's issue 20. Nightwing getting thumped. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. Looks like, oh, no, 26, 27. 28. This one's got a little spine roll going on. See if you can see it. A little bit of spine roll. It's 28. 29. 30. 31. 33. 35. 39. 47. Batman on the cover. This one's got a little spine roll too, not much. And I have annual number 2. So that wraps up this video. All those Vigilante books I just showed you, I'd like $1 a piece for them. And then shipping, I should be able to fit this all in a medium box, which would be about $12. So let's see, got one. So it'd be like 35 for the books plus 12 for the postage. That's the end of my video for today, and thank you for watching. Excuse me. Thank you for watching. A little more normal there. Have a good day.